Have you ever wondered why some people seem to naturally command respect the moment they walk into a room, while others struggle to be noticed or taken seriously no matter how hard they try? That feeling of being overlooked, dismissed, or underestimated, it's painful. It chips away at your confidence, making you question your worth and your place in the world. Everyone craves respect because deep down it's about feeling valued, accepted, and seen for who we truly are. But here's the truth many never realize. Respect isn't something you wait for or demand. It's something you earn by what you show the world, and it starts with a simple, powerful choice you can make right now. Imagine how different your life would be if people listened to you the first time you spoke. Imagine the impact of walking into any room and feeling an unshakable confidence, because you know you hold a presence that commands attention and admiration. Respect isn't about trying harder or changing who you are. It's about understanding and using a secret that most overlook, a secret rooted not in power over others, but in the power you give yourself. When you begin to respect yourself, others have no choice but to follow suit. They sense it, they feel it, and they respond to it. This transformation starts quietly but builds quickly, changing how you move through life and how the world responds to you. Respect is more than a polite nod or a few kind words. It's the foundation of your identity. When you have it, doors open effortlessly. Opportunities multiply. Relationships deepen. Your voice carries weight because it's backed by the unbreakable belief in your own value. But without respect, even the simplest interactions can leave you feeling small, invisible, and powerless. This is why learning how to earn respect is not just about improving your social life. It's about reclaiming your personal power, your dignity, and your right to be treated with honor. You might think this kind of respect is reserved for a select few, people born with confidence, status, or charm, but that's a lie. Respect is accessible to anyone willing to understand its true nature and take control of it. It doesn't depend on your job, your appearance, or your background. It depends on a choice, a way of being that shows others you value yourself and expect the same in return. This choice can transform every part of your life, from the way people listen to your ideas at work to the way loved ones treat you at home. By staying with this message until the end, you will discover the exact behavior that flips the script. You will learn how to set boundaries that demand respect without aggression, how to build confidence that radiates quietly yet powerfully, and how to become someone who others instinctively admire and trust. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about unlocking a part of yourself you might not know you had. The kind of respect you'll earn through this journey will empower you to face life's challenges with courage, to hold your ground without fear, and to step into your fullest potential. The question now is simple. Are you ready to do what it takes to command respect, immediately and forever? Respect is not just a feeling. It's a powerful force that shapes every interaction you have. It works silently beneath the surface, influencing how people perceive you before you even say a word. Science tells us that respect is rooted deeply in human psychology. Our brains are wired to respond to signals of strength, clarity, and self-worth. When someone carries themselves with confidence, sets clear boundaries, and speaks with conviction, others instinctively trust and value them. This isn't about arrogance or dominance. It's about showing up authentically and standing firm in your truth. Every subtle gesture, the way you hold your posture, the calm in your voice, the steadiness in your eyes, sends a message that you respect yourself, and that demands respect in return. Think about how you respond to people who constantly doubt themselves, hesitate, or allow others to overstep. The truth is, even if you care deeply for those individuals, your subconscious registers their uncertainty, and it affects how seriously you take them. Respect is tied directly to perception, both yours and others. When you start acting with inner certainty, you're rewriting the story your brain tells about who you are. You become someone worthy of attention and honor, not because you demand it, but because you radiate a quiet strength that others recognize and admire without question. This process is subtle but incredibly powerful. It's the invisible thread that connects confidence with respect and influence. Emotional intelligence plays a critical role here too. It's not about controlling others or manipulating situations. It's about understanding yourself and others deeply. When you can manage your emotions, respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, and respect the feelings and boundaries of those around you, you create an environment where respect flows naturally. People are drawn to those who are emotionally stable and self-aware because these qualities signal reliability and trustworthiness. Respect is earned when your behavior shows that you value both yourself and others equally, and that you operate from a place of integrity and compassion. This understanding changes everything. Respect stops being a distant goal and becomes a daily practice, It's in the decisions you make about how you allow others to treat you. It's in the way you respond to challenges and conflicts, not with anger or submission, but with calm assertiveness. You begin to see respect not as something you need to chase after, but as a reflection of your own mindset and habits. When you align your actions with your true worth, respect becomes an automatic response from those around you. This is the key to unlocking a new level of personal power and connection. You might have been conditioned to believe respect depends on external factors, status, wealth, or appearance, but science and experience prove otherwise. Respect originates from within. It grows when you cultivate a strong sense of self, act with purpose, and refuse to tolerate disrespect. This is why many people who seem ordinary or quiet command immense respect. They've mastered the art of self-respect and consistent, clear boundaries. By embracing these psychological truths, you gain a practical roadmap for transformation. You learn how to influence how others see you by shifting how you see yourself. This shift is the foundation of lasting respect, and it starts now, within you. Respect begins with boundaries, the invisible lines you draw to protect your dignity and define how you allow others to treat you. Setting boundaries is not about pushing people away or building walls. It's about honoring your worth and teaching others how to engage with you properly. When you fail to set clear limits, you send a silent message that your time, energy, and feelings are negotiable, open to being compromised. This creates an environment where disrespect can flourish. But when you decide to stand firm and say, "This is where I draw the line," you reclaim control over your life. This act alone signals to others that you are serious about your self-respect and demand the same respect in return. Many people struggle with boundaries because they fear rejection, conflict, or being seen as difficult. Yet the deeper truth is that those who respect you will never try to cross the lines you clearly establish. Respect and boundaries go hand in hand because boundaries create safety, not just for you but for those around you. They clarify what is acceptable and what is not, reducing confusion and tension. When you communicate your boundaries with calm confidence, you reduce uncertainty in your relationships. People naturally feel more comfortable and secure around someone who knows their limits and sticks to them. This clarity breeds respect because it reflects self-control and integrity, two qualities that inspire trust and admiration. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful tools in this process. Saying no isn't selfish, it's essential. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your values, priorities, or well-being, you are saying yes to your self-worth. This simple choice rewires your brain and those of the people around you. It teaches your mind to prioritize what truly matters and trains others to respect your decisions. Over time, your no's build a fortress of respect around you, one that protects your energy, your goals, and your peace of mind. The power of no is not in the word itself, but in the conviction behind it. When you say no with confidence, your inner strength becomes undeniable. Respect also grows through consistency. When your words match your actions, people see you as reliable and trustworthy. This consistency builds your reputation and reinforces your boundaries. If you say no once, and then give in the next time, your message becomes unclear. Others learn to test your limits and may push harder. But if you hold firm every time, your boundaries become non-negotiable. This creates a powerful psychological effect called behavioral reinforcement. The more you demonstrate respect for yourself, the more others learn to respect you. Your life becomes a reflection of your values, and that reflection commands attention and admiration. Remember, respect is not about intimidation or control. It's about authenticity, self-awareness, and courage. It takes bravery to stand up for yourself in a world that often encourages submission or people-pleasing. But every act of self-respect fuels your confidence and deepens the respect you receive. This process is gradual but unstoppable. It reshapes how you see yourself and how others see you. When you commit to this path, you step into a new version of yourself, one who commands respect effortlessly because you value yourself fiercely and act accordingly. This transformation is waiting inside you. The only question is whether you will take the first step. True respect begins from within, rooted deeply in the way you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, the standards you set for your behavior, and the value you place on your own time and energy. Shape the respect you receive from the world. If you constantly doubt yourself, tolerate disrespect, or ignore your own needs, others will mirror that treatment back to you. The brain is wired to match the signals it receives. When you show weakness or uncertainty in how you view yourself, the outside world feels permission to act accordingly. But when you cultivate unwavering self-respect, It sends a powerful message that you are not someone to be taken lightly or dismissed. This internal foundation is the bedrock upon which all external respect is built. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. Every time you affirm your worth with kindness and conviction, you reinforce the neural pathways that boost your confidence and resilience. This is why self-respect is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about self-awareness and acceptance. It's knowing your limits, celebrating your strengths, and embracing your flaws without judgment. When you consistently treat yourself with honor, you create a magnetic energy that draws respect naturally. People can sense this energy. It radiates authenticity, courage, and strength. It's impossible to fake, and it changes the way others respond to you on a fundamental level. The habits you cultivate around self-care reflect this principle. Respecting yourself means prioritizing your health, your mental space, and your goals. It means saying no to what drains you, and yes to what nurtures your growth. This is not indulgence, it's survival and success. When you honor your needs, you demonstrate to the world that your well-being matters. This sets a standard others learn to follow. The boundaries you create around your energy protect you from burnout and resentment, allowing you to show up fully and powerfully. When you operate from a place of strength, respect is an inevitable consequence. The fear of rejection or judgment often stops people from valuing themselves fully. Yet, the most respected individuals have mastered the art of embracing vulnerability and imperfection. They understand that true respect comes from embracing who they are, flaws and all, and refusing to let others define their worth. This courage to be unapologetically authentic commands respect in ways that superficial charm or status never can. It invites genuine connection and admiration because it reveals a person who stands firmly in their truth, no matter the circumstances. Self-respect also shapes how you recover from setbacks. Instead of allowing failure to erode your confidence, you use it as fuel to grow stronger. Resilient people see mistakes as temporary obstacles, not permanent labels. This mindset makes you unshakable and inspires others to trust in your ability to lead, endure, and succeed. When you treat yourself with respect, you build an inner fortress that no external criticism can penetrate. This invincibility is what commands deep, lasting respect from everyone around you. The power to earn respect lies within your control. It begins the moment you decide to value yourself as fiercely as you deserve. From there, every choice you make, every boundary you set, every word you speak to yourself, every moment you choose growth over fear, strengthens the respect you command. This journey is not easy, but it is necessary. When you commit to it fully, you become unstoppable. You become the person others look up to, listen to, and honor without hesitation. The respect you seek is waiting inside you, ready to be claimed. Respect is not granted by others until you first demonstrate respect toward them. This might sound simple, but it holds immense power. When you treat people with genuine respect, regardless of their status, background, or how they treat you, you create an unbreakable cycle of honor and trust. Respect breeds respect. It activates deep psychological triggers in the human brain that crave fairness and reciprocity. When you show kindness and consideration without expecting anything in return, you awaken a subconscious need in others to mirror that behavior. This is how respect becomes contagious, how it spreads and multiplies in every interaction you have. But this kind of respect is not weakness or submission. It is strength rooted in emotional intelligence. It means choosing to rise above negativity, judgment, or selfishness. It means engaging with others in a way that recognizes their humanity, even when it's difficult. This approach disarms hostility and builds bridges. It signals that you are secure enough in yourself not to be threatened by differences or challenges. This emotional maturity is magnetic. People are drawn to those who uplift rather than tear down, who listen without interrupting, who speak without belittling. These qualities plant seeds of respect that grow deep and lasting. Respectful behavior also demonstrates leadership. Leaders are not defined by titles or power. They are defined by how they make others feel. When you consistently respect others, you create an environment where people feel safe, valued, and motivated. This positive energy fuels collaboration, loyalty, and high performance. People want to follow those who treat them well. This is a psychological truth proven time and again. Respect from a leader inspires respect back from the team. Even in everyday relationships, this dynamic holds true. The way you treat others shapes the quality of your connections and the influence you hold. However, respecting others requires self-awareness and control. It means managing your impulses, especially when emotions run high. Reacting with anger, sarcasm, or dismissal erodes respect faster than almost anything else. When you pause, breathe, and choose a response that reflects respect, even in the face of provocation, you display inner strength. This control signals maturity and confidence. It separates those who demand respect from those who earn it. The ability to stay calm and composed, especially under pressure, is one of the most powerful signals you can send. It creates psychological safety for everyone around you. In practicing respect toward others, you also create space for your own boundaries to be honored. When you treat people with respect, they are more likely to respect your limits. This mutual respect forms the foundation of healthy relationships, both personal and professional. It reduces conflict and builds trust. This is why respect cannot be one-sided. It must flow both ways. When respect becomes the currency in your interactions, you create a powerful feedback loop that uplifts everyone involved. The choice to respect others is a daily decision, a practice that requires courage and discipline, but it is also one of the fastest, most reliable ways to command respect in return. By embodying respect in your words and actions, you transform not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. This transformation is profound because it shifts your mindset from scarcity and fear to abundance and confidence. It is a change that elevates every aspect of your life. When respect becomes your default mode, it unlocks doors, builds bridges, and changes your world in ways you never thought possible. The power to create this reality is in your hands. Choose to wield it wisely. Respect flows not only from how you treat others, but also from the power of your presence. The silent language your body speaks before a single word escapes your lips. People judge you within seconds, not just by what you say, but by how you carry yourself. Your posture, your eye contact, your breathing. All of these send powerful messages that shape others' perceptions of your strength and worth. When you stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, you communicate confidence and self-assurance without uttering a sound. This nonverbal communication taps directly into deep psychological wiring that associates strong posture with leadership and capability. It signals you are someone who owns their space and deserves respect. This power of presence extends beyond mere posture. It's about the energy you bring into a room. Energy is contagious, invisible yet palpable. When you move with purpose, when your gestures are deliberate and controlled, you project calm authority. People instinctively pick up on this and respond with a matching level of respect. It is a subtle but profound force. The way you carry yourself can either invite others to treat you lightly or compel them to honor your presence. This is why mastering your presence is not about vanity or showmanship. It is about reclaiming control over how you influence your environment and the people in it. At the heart of this presence is self-control, how you manage your emotions in real time. When stress or frustration hits, your body reacts before your mind processes the situation. This is when many people lose respect by showing fear, anger, or desperation. But when you develop the ability to stay grounded, to breathe deeply and respond with composure, you create a magnetic calm. This calm signals to others that you are steady, reliable, and strong under pressure. It inspires trust and admiration because it shows you can handle challenges without crumbling. This resilience and presence becomes a fortress that demands respect without demanding it. Your voice is another key element of presence. The tone, volume, and pace at which you speak carry tremendous weight. A steady, clear voice commands attention, while a hesitant or shaky one invites doubt. Speaking slowly and deliberately, with intention behind each word, helps anchor your message and reinforces your authority. People listen more closely when your voice reflects confidence and calm control. This vocal presence is a tool to be honed, not an accident. It shapes how your words land, how seriously they are taken, and ultimately how much respect you receive. Awareness of your presence also means recognizing how your gaze connects with others. Eye contact builds trust and signals honesty and confidence. Avoiding eye contact suggests insecurity or evasion, which weakens respect. Holding steady, warm, and genuine eye contact lets people know you are present and engaged, not hiding or fearful. This connection through the eyes opens doors, breaks down barriers, and creates psychological safety. It tells people you value their presence as much as you expect them to value yours. Presence is an invisible force that surrounds every interaction you have. It is your first, last, and most consistent impression. By mastering this silent language of posture, energy, voice, and eye contact, you create an aura of respect that precedes any conversation. This respect is earned effortlessly because it is rooted in authenticity and control. It is a reflection of the inner strength you have cultivated. When you walk through life, owning your presence, you become a beacon of respect that draws others in, commands attention, and influences the world around you in profound, lasting ways. True respect emerges not just from how you present yourself, but from the clarity of your values and the courage to stand firmly by them. When your actions align with your principles, you create an unshakable foundation that commands attention and admiration. People sense authenticity like a sixth sense. They know when someone's words are backed by conviction, and they instinctively gravitate toward that strength. Living with integrity is a powerful form of self-respect that radiates outward, challenging others to meet you on the same level. Without clarity in your values, your presence risks becoming hollow, like a whisper without meaning. But with strong values, every choice you make echoes with purpose, and that purpose becomes magnetic. Defining your core values requires deep reflection and honesty. It means understanding what you truly stand for, what you will never compromise on, and what you refuse to tolerate, not from yourself or from others. These values act like a compass, guiding your decisions and behavior. When people witness this unwavering commitment, they don't just respect you, they trust you. Trust is a rare currency. It takes time to build and seconds to break. The confidence that comes from living your truth consistently creates a psychological anchor for those around you. They know where you stand, what you believe, and that you will not waver in the face of pressure. This certainty draws people toward you because it offers stability in a world full of uncertainty. Standing by your values also requires courage. The courage to say no when everything inside you urges conformity. It demands resilience to face criticism, rejection, or isolation. But this courage builds an invisible armor that protects your dignity and self-worth. It signals to others that your respect cannot be bought, bargained, or manipulated. This is the kind of respect that lasts because it is earned through sacrifice and conviction. People may challenge you, but they will never dismiss you lightly. The strength to uphold your values despite obstacles separates those who merely seek approval from those who command respect. Moreover, clear values simplify relationships and interactions. When you know what you stand for, you attract people who share your vision and repel those who don't. This creates a natural filter that protects your energy and nurtures meaningful connections. It allows you to engage authentically and deeply without the exhausting need to pretend or people please. This authenticity deepens respect because people value honesty and transparency above all. When you refuse to dilute your truth to fit in, you inspire others to do the same. This ripple effect transforms not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Living by your values also sharpens your decision-making. Every choice becomes an opportunity to reinforce your integrity or weaken it. This clarity removes doubt and hesitation, replacing them with decisive action. People respect decisiveness because it reflects confidence and leadership. When you act with integrity, even difficult decisions become moments of power, signaling that you are in control of your destiny. This control fuels self-respect and influences how others perceive you. Your values are the backbone of your identity. They anchor your presence, fuel your courage, and guide your interactions. When you live by them boldly, you create a powerful inner core that demands respect naturally and effortlessly. This respect is not a demand, it is a gift that flows from authenticity and strength. It is the foundation for transformation, a transformation that begins within you and reshapes every relationship, every opportunity, and every moment of your life. Respect is not given, it is earned through the energy you bring into every interaction, every room you enter, and every relationship you build. This energy is invisible but undeniable. It flows from your confidence, your self-awareness, and the way you carry yourself when no one is watching. True respect begins with the way you treat yourself. If you tolerate disrespect from within, negative self-talk, self-doubt, or neglect, others will sense it and mirror it back. But when you show yourself kindness, set healthy boundaries, and demand the best for your own life, you radiate a powerful signal. You are worthy of respect. This internal respect is the foundation that strengthens your outer presence. Without it, respect from others will always feel shallow and fleeting. Developing this inner respect means facing your fears and insecurities head-on, without flinching or running away. It requires honesty about your weaknesses, but also relentless focus on your strengths. When you honor yourself this way, you build resilience against criticism and rejection because you no longer depend on external validation to feel whole. You become your own source of approval, your own sanctuary of strength. This self-approval rewires your brain to prioritize your worth over the opinions of others. It creates an unbreakable foundation that influences how you move through the world, with calm assurance, purposeful steps, and an unshakable belief in your value. The energy of self-respect also sharpens your emotional boundaries. When you respect yourself deeply, you refuse to allow others to violate your space, time, or spirit. This refusal is not arrogance. It is a clear statement of self-preservation and dignity. Emotional boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your mental and emotional well-being. When these lines are firm and clearly communicated, people naturally adjust their behavior toward you. They learn that crossing your boundaries has consequences, not in punishment, but in withdrawal of access to your energy and presence. This boundary setting demands courage, because it may lead to discomfort or conflict initially, but the long-term reward is profound respect from those who truly matter. Respect also thrives in the soil of consistency. When your actions consistently reflect your values and your self-respect, people develop certainty about who you are. This certainty breeds trust, and trust is the cornerstone of all lasting respect. Inconsistency, on the other hand, breeds confusion and doubt. If your behavior fluctuates depending on who you are with or what situation you face, respect becomes conditional and fragile. People respect the steady flame far more than the flickering candle. This steady flame signals reliability, strength, and authenticity, qualities everyone craves in others and admires deeply. Every choice you make is an opportunity to cultivate this energy. Small acts of self-care, honest communication, saying no when necessary, and following through on commitments all build the invisible web of respect around you. Each of these choices reinforces your internal narrative that you matter, your time matters, and your values are non-negotiable. When you live this way, respect flows naturally. It is no longer something you chase. It becomes the natural response to the force of your presence. Respect is not about demanding it loudly or bending to please others. It is about quietly cultivating a powerful inner life that projects strength, integrity, and dignity. When you align your energy with this truth, respect comes, not because you ask for it, but because you embody it. This is the kind of respect that transforms relationships, elevates your status, and changes the way the world responds to you. It starts within, and it changes everything. True respect is rooted deeply in presence, the way you show up in every moment, fully engaged and authentically yourself. Presence is not just about being physically there, it's about the energy you emit, the awareness you hold, and the clarity in your intention. When you cultivate presence, you become magnetic, drawing others toward you not through force, but through the undeniable power of your being. This presence requires mindfulness, the ability to anchor yourself in the here and now, free from distractions and internal noise. It means listening with intent, speaking with purpose, and acting with integrity. The more fully you inhabit your moments, the more respect you command without uttering a single word. Presence demands vulnerability, and vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness. Yet, it is through vulnerability that true strength emerges. When you allow yourself to be seen, not as perfect, but as real, you invite others to connect with you on a deeper level. This connection fosters trust, and trust lays the groundwork for respect. Fear of judgment or rejection can keep you locked behind walls of pretense, but breaking through these walls creates an authentic space where respect flourishes. It is a courageous act to show your true self, especially in a world that rewards conformity and hides authenticity behind masks. When you dare to be genuine, you signal to others that you value honesty over approval, and that kind of integrity demands respect. Respect is also earned by the way you handle your emotions. Emotional intelligence is the silent language of influence. It is the ability to recognize your feelings, understand their roots, and manage them wisely. When you control your emotions instead of letting them control you, you project stability and strength. People are drawn to those who remain calm under pressure, who respond instead of react, and who approach challenges with a steady heart. This emotional mastery is not about suppressing feelings, but about channeling them productively. It shows that you are in command of your inner world, which inspires confidence and admiration. Emotional regulation does not isolate you. It connects you because it allows you to engage with others from a place of clarity rather than chaos. Your mindset shapes the way others perceive you and how you navigate your environment. A mindset of growth, resilience, and empowerment rewires your brain to seek opportunities rather than obstacles. When you operate from this mental framework, you become a beacon of possibility and strength. People respect those who persevere, who learn from failure, and who maintain optimism despite setbacks. This mindset is contagious. It elevates everyone around you and creates an aura of leadership. Leadership in its truest form is not about authority, but about influence grounded in example. When your mindset consistently leans into growth and courage, respect naturally follows because you embody what others aspire to be. Boundaries are another powerful aspect of earning respect. Setting and maintaining boundaries is a declaration of self-worth. It tells the world that your time, energy, and values are sacred. Boundaries are the framework that protects your presence and emotional well-being. When you respect your limits and communicate them clearly, others learn to honor them as well. This is not about building walls. It is about creating healthy, respectful relationships that thrive on mutual understanding. Boundaries create clarity, reduce confusion, and eliminate toxic dynamics. When you enforce boundaries consistently, you teach others how to treat you. And that lesson is one of the most direct routes to gaining respect. Every step you take in cultivating presence, vulnerability, emotional mastery, mindset, and boundaries weaves together to form the invisible yet unbreakable armor of respect. This armor is not rigid or cold, it is alive, dynamic, and deeply human. It protects your spirit while inviting genuine connection. It stands firm in the face of adversity and radiates calm confidence. This is the essence of respect, the balance between strength and softness, between conviction and openness. When you embody this balance fully, respect ceases to be a distant goal and becomes a natural reflection of who you are. This is the transformation that changes everything. Respect does not happen by accident. It is earned in the quiet moments when no one is watching, through choices that reflect who you are beneath the surface. It begins with your relationship to yourself. How you speak to yourself, how you treat your mind and body sets the standard for how others will treat you. Self-respect is the foundation upon which all external respect is built. When you honor your own worth, you radiate a sense of dignity that others can't ignore. This self-honor demands discipline, not as a harsh taskmaster, but as an act of love toward your potential. Discipline in your thoughts, your actions, and your habits sends a clear message. You value yourself enough to protect your growth and guard your peace. The language you use with yourself is powerful. Negative self-talk erodes confidence and builds invisible barriers that distance you from respect. Positive, affirming language, even in small doses, rewires your brain toward possibility and strength. This internal dialogue shapes your self-image, which in turn influences your posture, your voice, your energy, all the subtle cues others pick up on before you even speak. When your inner voice is firm yet kind, confident yet humble, it creates an invisible magnetism. This magnetism commands respect because it signals that you are your own ally, that you believe in your own value, and that you refuse to settle for less. Respect also grows when you cultivate curiosity, not just about others, but about yourself. To understand your own fears, desires, and patterns is to gain the power to change them. This self-awareness creates clarity. Clarity eliminates confusion and doubt, and it gives you the courage to stand tall in your truth. When you are clear about who you are and what you stand for, you naturally repel those who seek to diminish you. You stop seeking approval because you no longer need it. This internal clarity shapes the way you communicate, making your words intentional and your boundaries unshakable. Clarity inspires respect because it reveals a mind that is not easily swayed by the noise of the world. Listening is a subtle but transformative force in commanding respect. True listening requires presence and humility. It is the act of giving others your full attention without judgment or interruption. When you listen deeply, you validate others' experiences, which builds trust and mutual respect. More importantly, listening creates space for authentic dialogue, where ideas and emotions can be exchanged freely. This openness encourages respect because it shows you value connection over conquest. Listening is not passive, it is an active demonstration of strength and empathy, a silent power that speaks volumes about your character. Your energy communicates before your words ever do. When your energy is grounded, calm, and confident, it sets the tone for how others respond to you. This energy comes from self-regulation, the ability to manage your thoughts and feelings even in difficult situations. When you stay composed under pressure, you show that your worth is not dependent on external validation or circumstances. This steadiness creates safety for others and demands respect because it signals maturity and resilience. Energy is contagious. The more you cultivate calm strength within, the more respect you naturally attract. Mastering these inner elements, self-respect, positive self-talk, curiosity, listening, and energy regulation, is the quiet work that builds an unshakable foundation for respect. This work is not always visible, but its impact is undeniable. It moves through your presence like a powerful current, influencing every interaction, every glance, every word spoken. The respect you earn from this inner mastery is deeper and more lasting than any superficial approval. It is the respect that transforms relationships, opens doors, and empowers you to live fully and fearlessly. This is the true essence of being respected, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. Every moment you spend compromising your values chips away at your inner power. It's easy to fall into the trap of pleasing others, adjusting yourself to fit their expectations, but every concession costs something vital: your authenticity. Authenticity is the soul's blueprint. It is the purest expression of who you are when no one else is watching. When you live authentically, you stand as a beacon of truth in a world that often favors masks and facades. This raw, unfiltered presence demands respect because it reveals a person unafraid to be real. It takes immense courage to show up fully as yourself, knowing it may invite judgment or rejection. Yet this courage becomes your greatest strength. The more you embrace your true self, the less power others have to define or limit you. You must remember that respect does not come from perfection, but from integrity, the alignment between your values and your actions. Integrity is the silent force that binds your words to your deeds, creating trust that is unbreakable. When you act with integrity, even when no one is watching, you cultivate a powerful inner confidence that radiates outward. This confidence makes you magnetic to those who seek genuine connection and repels those who thrive on deceit or manipulation. People are naturally drawn to those who live with integrity because it signals safety and reliability. It shows that you can be counted on, that your presence carries weight and meaning. This is the kind of respect that transforms relationships and builds unshakable bonds. Boundaries are another vital pillar in the architecture of respect. Without clear boundaries, your energy is vulnerable to depletion and your value becomes negotiable. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but an act of self-preservation and self-love. Boundaries tell the world that your time, energy, and emotions are precious resources, not to be squandered or exploited. When you enforce boundaries consistently, you communicate that you respect yourself enough to protect your peace. This protection creates space for growth and healing. It also teaches others how to treat you. Without boundaries, respect becomes a fragile illusion, easily broken by those who do not recognize your limits. Boundaries transform you from a passive receiver of others' choices into the active creator of your life experience. Discipline in your daily habits fuels your ability to maintain this respect. Discipline is not about punishment, but about commitment. Commitment to the highest version of yourself. Every choice you make, every routine you honor, is a declaration of your dedication to your own potential. When you cultivate discipline, you build momentum that carries you forward, even when motivation wanes. This momentum creates a powerful feedback loop. The more disciplined you are, the more respect you earn, from yourself and from others. This cycle of respect fuels further discipline, reinforcing your ability to stand firm in your truth. Discipline creates freedom because it frees you from the chaos of indecision and the drain of self-doubt. It roots you in purpose and clarity. Embracing discomfort is also essential to building lasting respect. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones. It is forged in moments of challenge, vulnerability, and uncertainty. When you choose to face discomfort head-on, you demonstrate resilience and strength that others cannot ignore. This courage in the face of adversity shapes your character and deepens your self-respect. It signals to the world that you are unbreakable, a force that will not be subdued by fear or hardship. This unyielding spirit invites respect because it shows that you own your journey fully, regardless of the obstacles. Respect is not given lightly, but it is earned every time you stand tall through the storms. Ultimately, respect is a reflection of the energy you cultivate within. It is the echo of your inner strength, your commitment to truth, and your refusal to settle for anything less than your highest self. This respect transforms you, empowering you to live boldly, love deeply, and lead with unwavering confidence. It becomes the foundation on which you build everything meaningful in your life. Your value is not determined by external validation, but by the unwavering belief you hold in yourself when the world falls silent. This belief is the bedrock of resilience, the force that carries you beyond every failure, every dismissal, every moment of doubt. It is forged in the quiet corners of your mind where no one else dares to look, the place where your true strength resides. When you stand firmly in this belief, the opinions of others lose their power to shake you. You begin to realize that your worth is inherent, not negotiable, not something to be earned or lost based on approval. This realization shifts everything. It frees you from the chains of seeking permission and liberates you to pursue your purpose with relentless passion. To live in alignment with this truth, you must cultivate an unbreakable inner dialogue, one that champions your worth and refuses to entertain thoughts of limitation. Every negative whisper that attempts to chip away at your confidence is met with fierce resistance. You are the guardian of your mind, the commander of your spirit, and it is your responsibility to maintain a fortress of self-respect and belief. This mental mastery is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It shields you from toxic influences and empowers you to make choices that honor your vision. The more you train your mind to defend your value, the stronger your sense of self becomes, until it radiates outward, influencing every interaction, every decision, every moment of your existence. The power of choice is your greatest ally in this transformation. Every day, you decide who you will be and how you will respond to life's challenges. These choices compound, building the architecture of your future. You must choose courage over comfort, action over hesitation, growth over stagnation. Choosing courage means stepping into discomfort and uncertainty with the conviction that your potential lies beyond fear. It means rejecting the easy path of avoidance and embracing the difficult road of self-discovery and achievement. Each courageous choice strengthens your resolve, deepens your character, and demands respect from yourself and others alike. This is how transformation is born, not from grand gestures, but from consistent, intentional decisions made when no one is watching. Your energy is the language you speak to the world, and it communicates far more than words ever could. When you carry the energy of confidence, self-respect, and purpose, you magnetize opportunities, relationships, and experiences aligned with your highest good. Conversely, when your energy is weighed down by doubt, fear, or insecurity, you repel what you desire most. This is why it is essential to guard your energy fiercely. Protect it from negativity, gossip, and anything that diminishes your light. Nourish it with practices that restore and elevate, thoughts that uplift, actions that empower, and environments that nurture. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely on what enriches your spirit and moves you closer to your destiny. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It transforms dreams into reality by anchoring intention with consistent action. Without discipline, motivation fades like a fleeting spark. With discipline, you ignite a steady flame that burns through resistance and excuses. Discipline is the daily commitment to your goals, the willingness to do what is necessary even when desire wanes. It strengthens your willpower and sharpens your focus, making you unstoppable. This relentless pursuit of your vision commands respect because it proves you are a person of action, integrity, and unwavering dedication. It shows that you honor your potential enough to fight for it every single day. Embrace this power within you now. Claim the belief, the discipline, the courage, and the energy that define your true self. Stand tall in your worth, for this is the foundation of all greatness. Respect begins here, with the sacred commitment to honor yourself above all else. There is an unshakable force within you that refuses to be tamed by circumstance or crushed by defeat. It is the fierce spark of your spirit that rises every time you choose to stand, even when the weight of the world threatens to pin you down. This force is born from clarity, a clarity that comes when you see yourself not as a victim of life's challenges, but as the author of your own destiny. Clarity dissolves confusion, extinguishes doubt, and reveals the undeniable truth that your power lies in how you respond to what happens around you. Your past does not dictate your future. Your fears are not commands. They are simply signals to step forward despite them. When you claim this clarity, you strip away excuses, and excuses lose their grip. You move with a precision fueled by purpose and unwavering conviction. Every moment you hesitate is a moment lost to indecision, a chance slipping through your fingers because the mind is clouded with what-ifs and maybes. You are designed for action, bold, deliberate, and fearless action. When you harness this, you build momentum that cannot be stopped by setbacks or criticism. Momentum is the silent force that propels you beyond comfort zones and breaks the chains of limiting beliefs. It gathers strength with every step you take toward your vision, multiplying your confidence and expanding your horizon. Momentum turns dreams from distant hopes into tangible realities, but it requires relentless movement. It demands that you refuse stagnation and commit to progress, no matter how small or difficult. Movement, fueled by intention, is the alchemy of transformation. The greatest battles you will ever face are fought in the quiet chambers of your mind. The thoughts you allow to dominate shape the course of your life. Every belief is a seed planted in fertile soil. What grows from that seed depends entirely on the nourishment you provide. Fear, doubt, and self-criticism are weeds that choke your potential if left unchecked. Conversely, belief, determination, and self-compassion are the sunlight and water that cultivate your growth. Cultivating this mental garden requires vigilance and discipline. You must uproot the negative narratives that do not serve your highest good and replace them with truths that empower and uplift. This is not wishful thinking. It is purposeful conditioning. The mind, when trained with intention, becomes your greatest asset instead of your biggest obstacle. True power is not wielded through control over others, but mastery over yourself. It is the ability to remain centered when chaos surrounds you, to choose peace when provoked, and to act with integrity when tempted to compromise. This mastery creates a magnetic energy that draws respect without demanding it. It signals that you are grounded, that you hold your worth with quiet confidence, and that your life is guided by principles, not whims. This inner sovereignty becomes the foundation for meaningful connections and authentic influence. When you master yourself, you no longer seek approval or validation from the outside world because your approval is rooted deep within. This freedom is revolutionary. It is the birth of a life lived on your own terms. You possess an infinite reservoir of strength, waiting to be tapped by those willing to claim it. The world tests you not to break you, but to reveal the depth of your courage and the expanse of your resilience. Each trial is an invitation to rise, to refine, and to become more. Do not shrink away from discomfort or fear. Lean into them as the crucibles of growth. Let every challenge ignite a fiercer fire within, a fire that burns brighter with every obstacle overcome. Your transformation is not a distant dream. It is the inevitable result of your commitment to show up, to fight, and to rise relentlessly. This is the moment to own your power, embrace your potential, and create a legacy defined by unwavering strength and unbreakable spirit. Your potential is not defined by the circumstances that surround you, but by the unyielding commitment you make to yourself each morning. The moment you choose to rise, to face the day with purpose and determination, you claim your power back. This power is not loud or boastful. It is a quiet, steady force that anchors you when everything else feels uncertain. It is the refusal to be diminished by failure, rejection, or fear. It is the relentless voice inside that says, I will try again. I will be better. I will endure. This voice is your true self speaking through the noise, guiding you back to the core of who you are, strong, capable, and unstoppable. Every setback you encounter is not a sign of defeat, but a signal to refine your strategy, to deepen your resolve, and to rise stronger. The harsh truth is that growth demands discomfort. Comfort zones are illusions that mask stagnation and rob you of your greatness. To grow, you must be willing to walk through the discomfort of change, the vulnerability of uncertainty, and the tension of challenge. Growth is forged in these moments when you confront resistance, when you push past the urge to quit, and when you hold your vision tighter than your fears. The discomfort you feel is the indicator that you are breaking through barriers that once held you captive. Within you lies an immense reservoir of resilience that awakens only when tested. This resilience is not about avoiding pain or struggle. It is about embracing them with courage and conviction. It is about understanding that every obstacle is an opportunity to prove to yourself how much you can endure and still keep moving forward. Resilience transforms wounds into wisdom, failures into lessons, and scars into symbols of survival. It teaches you that setbacks are temporary, but the strength you build in overcoming them lasts forever. This strength is the foundation on which your future success is built. It is the silent force behind every achievement and every breakthrough. The clarity you seek is not found in the outside world, but within your own mind. It emerges when you quiet the distractions and listen to the deeper truth inside you. This clarity reveals your values, your purpose, and your path forward. It sharpens your focus and aligns your actions with what truly matters. With clarity, confusion fades, hesitation dissipates, and indecision is replaced by bold action. Clarity demands honesty with yourself. A brutal, unfiltered look at where you stand and where you want to go. It requires the courage to confront your weaknesses and the humility to ask for help when needed. Yet it also ignites the fierce determination that drives you relentlessly toward your goals. To transform your life, you must own your responsibility, not as a burden, but as a gift. Responsibility means recognizing that you are the creator of your reality, the architect of your destiny. It means refusing to blame others or circumstances for your failures and instead choosing to learn, adapt, and persevere. This ownership is empowering because it places the control firmly in your hands. It frees you from victimhood and opens the door to limitless possibilities. When you accept full responsibility, you activate your inner power and unleash the unstoppable force within. This force moves mountains, shatters limitations, and builds a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. Your journey is not about perfection, it is about progress, persistence, and passion. It is about waking up every day with the unwavering commitment to move closer to the life you envision. No matter how many times you fall, what matters is your willingness to rise again, stronger, wiser, and more determined. This cycle of falling and rising is the crucible of transformation. It shapes you into the person capable of extraordinary things. So, stand firm in your power, trust the process, and know that every step forward is a victory over doubt, fear, and limitation. Your destiny is forged in the fire of your resolve, and it is yours to claim. The path to greatness is not paved with ease, but forged through relentless commitment to your own evolution. Every moment you hesitate, every doubt that creeps in, threatens to steal your future from you. But deep inside, beyond the noise and distraction, there is a fire that refuses to be extinguished. This fire is your essence, your raw potential waiting to be unleashed. It burns brightest when you stop seeking permission and start owning your right to succeed. You were never meant to live in the shadows of others' expectations or the limits they place on you. You were designed to break boundaries, to defy odds, and to build a legacy that resonates beyond your lifetime. Harnessing this power demands more than fleeting motivation. It requires disciplined focus and unshakable belief. Your mind is the battlefield where victory or defeat is decided. It is where you either surrender to fear and doubt or rise with courage and conviction. The discipline to guard your mind against negativity, self-sabotage, and distraction becomes your greatest weapon. You must feed it with thoughts that elevate, inspire, and propel you forward. This is not a call to blind optimism, but a challenge to cultivate resilience in your thinking, to rewrite the narrative that has kept you small,